Hi, my name is Dennis Erwin from Mayslake Ministries in Lombard, Illinois. If you've watched a previous short video, you realize that I'm a spiritual director here at Mayslake. As I reflected, I realized that many of you may be watching these videos in order to consider whether or not spiritual direction might be appropriate for you. To place myself sort of in your positions, I began reflecting back on my initial experiences of spiritual direction. At the time, I knew there had to be more than attending church and participating in church-related types of activities. I recall that I prayed, but it was like my talking at God, and I didn't sense a real interaction or God's communicating with me. And I also heard a great deal about the healing and transforming powers of God, but did not really sense much experience of that. I also had a lot of ideas about who this God might be, but really little intimacy or relationship with God. Over the many years now, as I've walked my own spiritual journey, I began to recognize that this uneasiness or desire for more was God's truly drawing me closer to God. I began to realize that prayer, that I had it somewhat backwards, that prayer was more about paying attention to the experiences of God's movements in me than my petitions or requests or words aimed at God. I also realized that my images and ideas about God were far less important than recognizing and experiencing the God who is always in me and is always in my midst. Today, I invite you to consider whether God might be calling you to a deeper relationship and whether or not spiritual direction might be of value in that journey. Thank you, and many blessings.